Hey everyone. I hope everyone had a good day today. I hope you all are just okay emotionally, and I hope you all are taking good care of yourselves. I wanted to make a video today about some information, private information between us. You know what I mean? A lot of you are maybe new coming into this about narcissists in our society. And I pretty much wanted to, just go over some things and talk about this, to get into a discussion with you all, to keep you all motivated through whatever it is you may be going through. All of our experiences are different, and all of our circumstances are, it's different levels to what we're dealing with these individuals. But I wanted to talk about protection. That's one thing that I know as a survivor myself, I have felt just very violated in a lot of ways. I felt violated. I felt vulnerable as into a lot of situations with the narcissist in my situation. I am a victim of domestic violence, so I remember having a year restraining order against him, and I remember him just walking through my neighborhood, just walking like I don't know, something just told me to look outside. One day while I was in the house, I was off of work, and I just looked outside, and he was just like walking, cutting through the parking lot, and like I was so shocked. I was just so shocked. I was so shocked that I really didn't even, I couldn't even move. Like, I know you're thinking, oh, well, you should have just grabbed your phone and took a picture and recorded a video. I just couldn't believe it because, he had abused me. He was in court lying on me. It was just so much trauma. Like, it was just getting to me. I was so traumatized. So here I go. I got a year restraining order, and I'm thinking I'm good. This guy can't be around me, so I feel secure. I feel safe. But this was not the case. Here he was just walking randomly through. I was staying in an apartment complex at that time. And there were like a wooded area with some trees. And I guess people crossed over through the woods sometimes to go through like the a shopping center. So I just seen him walk from like the apartment complex, one of the other buildings. And he just cut through the woods, and I just could not believe it. Like, I was just so stunned. I could not believe that this person that I was battling against in court, who was violent to me, who physically attacked me, who lied on me, who just was charming the judge, just trying to get the judge to try to make the judge believe that he's the one being victimized, that it was him and not me. And I just could not believe he was in my neighborhood. So I didn't have enough time to grab my phone, and I was just shocked. So that made me feel unsafe. Even though I had a restraining order, I did not feel safe. So I know many of you may have that experience also if you're dealing with some type of a malignant narcissist, and your situation is very high in conflict with the narcissist that you're dealing with. If you're dealing with somebody and y'all have a lot of conflict, you have a lot of conflict with this person, you want to feel safe. That's one thing you want to do. You want to be in your house. You want to be in your home. You just want to feel good because that's your own personal environment, and you shouldn't feel unsafe. Even when you go outside, you shouldn't, to your car, you shouldn't feel like, oh my God, I feel so unsafe. So I wanted to talk about, like I said, protection, just understanding that you are being, abused and harassed and bullied. And this person, I'm pretty sure many of them, this is not the case for everybody, have, physically attacked you. Narcissists will do that. You're going to have to step your game up, empaths. You're going to have to step your game up. And this is what I mean. You're going to have to look into security cameras. For many of you, some of you do have that, some of you don't. But I'm just speaking. Just hear me out. You're going to have to step it up. I know I didn't have it at the time, a security camera or anything. And I just wish I would have had something so I could, hold him accountable for violating these court orders, And he just got away with so much stuff. You're going to feel like in a lot of ways that a narcissist is always getting away with something. This is because you are still, You may not have the best mindset about dealing with somebody like this. You really have to protect yourself. You have to change the way you're thinking. Let's step outside of this and let's step into reality for a minute. You were attacked. This person is seemingly a normal person, or trying to present themselves to be normal towards your friends and your family members and everybody else in society, when you know this person is crazy. You've seen it firsthand, but they just turn it off and become a different person towards everybody else. In front of judges and lawyers, they're a different person. So you're just blown away at this moment. You have to get out of that mindset and change your mindset and think about, how can I protect myself so I can really feel safe? Even when I'm in my home, even when I step outside in my car, when I'm on my way to work, when I'm coming home, when I'm going grocery shopping, when I'm in the stores, what can I do differently? A couple of tips from me, firsthand, thinking about the different times that I've seen this guy. And I know he was stalking me. I was in the club one time with my friend years ago. I was in the club with her. I was partying it up in the club. That's what, people do when you're a certain age. So, it was dark in the club, and the club had 2 stairs. It was upstairs and a downstairs. So I was upstairs just sitting on the, standing by the wall. I was just chilling with my friend, and here goes the narcissist. He didn't see me, but he was just looking. It was so crowded in there. He was just looking around, and I seen him, and I told my friend, and she was just like, everything gonna be all right. Don't move. He don't see you. Everything's okay. And I was just thinking to myself, like, oh my God. Yes, he followed me to the club. He didn't see me in there because it was just so crowded, but he followed me to the club. That's one experience that I had. And it just freaks you out. It just makes you sick to the stomach, But yeah, that happened to me. He shouldn't have been there. He should have been at the same place that I was at. Out of all the places in this city that I stay in, he's there at the same time as me. No, it wasn't a coincidence. And I'm not stupid. I don't care what anybody says. That's no coincidence. And one time I was on my way to work, and I was sitting in my car. And before I got out, I was just thinking about some things, and I look up, and he's like, a few cars ahead of me, just walking, like, and I'm just like, he followed me. Now that time he might have knew that I see him there. I believe he did know, because I was only a couple cars behind, unless he was just on drugs or something, and but I've been stalked. It's not a good feeling. So anyway, I wanted to talk about security cameras, having them on your home. Just looking into some options for yourself. If you don't already have this, just think about it. I've seen some people, I knew a woman that had one, and she was staying in an apartment complex. She had one even there. So if those are some options for you, at least talk about, some ideas with people, just for protection. And, don't forget that you can get cameras on your car. There are different types of options for that as well. You can, I think you can get some GoPros and keep them plugged in, at least during the nighttime or something. I mean, not during the nighttime. You can plug them in and charge them, and then just keep them running, So just look into those type of options. Some of these cameras are like, $200 at some of the more cheaper ones. And if you can keep something rolling, because narcissists will do things to your car. I've had my tires slashed, and I was just so victimized. So that's why I have a lot of anxiety, and I believe at one point in time I was suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. But I did get diagnosed with anxiety and severe depression, because that is a lot to go through. That's a lot to handle for anybody. For me, and I know as well as you guys, that's just a lot when nobody's really seeing what's going on but you. Everybody else is thinking like, well, I can't believe this, maybe y'all should talk, and you can't talk to this person because you're so scared. This person is crazy, and some of you fear for your life, and I don't blame you. It's just, they're just freaking you out. So I would, say about, any type of security cameras, or just researching some stuff at Amazon, and then talking to some people that you may know. They may be able to help you or hook some things up for you for free. You never know. And I wanted to talk about a gun license. As a victim of domestic violence in my state, the registration was free for me. So, if I don't know if that is for every state. It may not be, but you can look into getting a registration for you all that have really been in severe situations. It's really important, to protect yourself as women. Even if you're not a woman, even men too, some women do crazy things to you guys too. So I'm not trying to make this a gender thing, but just having that may be a good idea, and if you got kids, of course you're going to, you don't have to, of course, don't tell your kids you have that. Keep it always in a safe place so they won't see that, if you have kids with a narcissist, because that will be a big issue in court. So you would never, any of y'all just keep it in your rooms, just never even talk about it or mention it or anything, and keep it hidden, very, very, very secure, where your kids don't come, area they don't come or don't know it or whatever. Keep it away from the kids. But many of you will have to, may feel more safe having a weapon like that, because some of these narcissists will try to kill you. And many of them will. And something like that is, in case one of them try to break into your homes or anything like that, it is a good idea. I would suggest any victim of domestic violence to have that, but that's just my opinion. Don't attack me. That's just my opinion, because somebody is out to get you. They want to do harm. They don't like you. They want to hurt you. They want to scare you. They're on drugs. Narcissists, do drugs. So you have to protect yourselves, empaths. I want you all to realize that you're a survivor now. If you're listening to this channel, if you're listening, then you're going through some hard things and you're coming to terms on this. It's okay to be a victim at first, to get your mind right, to be scared, to be uncertain, but then you got to come to the point where you just get angry and you wise up. And I'm at the point now in my healing process. I'm probably at one of the last stages, but I'm just angry now. And I'm just angry at the narcissist, all the things he's done to me, even the recent things. I'm just angry. I don't care for this person, and I'm sure they don't care for me. I don't feel sorry for this person. Anything ever goes on with them, I don't care. They did too much damage to me, but I'm still, spreading this to people that need this information, because I know someone out there can need the help, need to understand what you're going through. Even if I'm not the person that you may, be motivated from because of the stage and that I'm at in my process. My situation has been ongoing for a long time. So, I do share a child with a narcissist, and maybe, you don't have as much similarities to me, or, understanding my situation, but I do want you all to get help, because this is a support group. This is what it is, an online support group. And I want to help people, that are being victimized like myself. There are a lot of other channels out here, maybe, they're at the stage of the healing process that you're at. If you, are not getting what you need from my channel. So I just want you all to get help, no matter where it's coming from. I want you all to get the motivation and encouragement, because there's so much out there nowadays, and I wish I had it, but I didn't at the time. So moving on, just talking about alarms as well. I think they're really good to have. I have ADT. I have the little small white things on all of my windows as well, so alarm will go off if someone was trying to get in the back of my house or anything like that, to start going off. I have them on every window in my house, and I just feel better having those things, so when I'm here, like I'm here now by myself, I don't have to worry about somebody coming in the window or anything like that. I just feel more secure, so these are things you can look into, and they're definitely on the front and the back door also, so you'll hear. Nobody can get in here without the, alarm going off, and, the police will be called and all that stuff. So that's pretty good to have, because these narcissists are crazy. They really will do some things. They'll try to get in the house while you're there, while you're not there. They'll look through your things. They just like messing with your mind. They are really street savvy when it comes to harassing and bullying, meaning they know the law, they know the law, but they know how to kind of get around the law too, because they're using like their street smarts to mess with you, to scare you. So just always be alert. They're going to do things like, you know, my ex was walking through the parking lot. It just didn't give me enough time to grab my camera on my phone, and it just shocked me so much. Like, I was just so shocked that he would even be there. So, you know, they'll use their street smarts like that. He know there was a restraining order against him, and he could have got arrested for violating a restraining order. That's a criminal charge. So just always be alert. You're going to have to always be alert. You're going to have to change the way you're thinking. You're going to have to change the way you are as a person. And you're going to have to learn how to always be alert. When you go outside, you're on your way to the gym in the morning. Perhaps you go to the gym before you go to work. Perhaps you go to the gym at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. You're going to have to cut on some lights outside before you go outside. Look outside first before you go outside. And just, just pay attention. Just, pay attention to your car, Make sure you're in your car. You lock your doors behind yourself when you get in your car, because these people are very dangerous. A lot of them are. You're going to have to just watch yourself. And if you feel like the narcissist is enraged right now, you're going to have to really pay attention to your surroundings. Perhaps, invite family over if you feel like he's enraged for witnesses, and just really step your game up as far as protecting yourself. Another thing that they will do, they'll hack your accounts to see what you're doing, to see, just to get anything about you, because they're on the outside now, and they just want to be back in. They'll hack your Facebook, social media, your emails. So you're going to have to use stronger passwords. You're not going to use the kids' names, because that's easy for, if you share a kid with a narcissist, that's easy to break. You're going to have to come up with very strong passwords and hide them and just really protect yourself, because what can you really do about a hacker unless you really have the tools to really get them caught? Most of them get away. A lot of people get away with hacking stuff. So you're going to have to really step your game up. You're going to have to do some searching and just studying about that stuff, if this is what is happening to you. And that's another way of being victimized. Like, it really just does stuff to you. And you're going to have to be stronger and say, this person is just using his street mentality to mess with me. And I'm going to have to do this, do that, just move better. Just think more smarter about the way that I move. You're going to have to be more strategic with these individuals, because if they see that, you have a weak life as in their minds, as far as like they can mess with you, they're going to mess with you because they feel like, oh, she don't got no cameras in her house. I'm just going to break in because I'm so pissed at her. Let me just go through her window and bust out the window. She won't know who did it because she's at work. They know when you're working. They know where you're at. They know your schedule. You're very predictable if you're an empath, because you're a good person and you just think that you're supposed to be safe in the society we live in. That's not how it works. Narcissists want to break the law. They want to break how you feel. They don't want to really get caught and held accountable for their actions. They want to get away with it. So that's why I say, use some different types of tactics and look into different measures as far as how it fits your situation to protect yourself. Narcissists are always searching for things on you. They're always studying you, and they're always trying to stalk you. You can do the same thing back to them to take some of your power back. You know they got stuff going on with them. That's why they're looking at you, stalking them. Make sure you know where they're living at, where they're working at, so you can get a little bit understanding of if something happening around a certain time, then this means that the narcissist isn't at work. If like your tire was flattened around 9:00 p.m. and the narcissist works from 8 to 5 and you're asleep, you can get an idea where this person is at. You need to know where they work at. A lot of times they don't want you to know information about them. They're so secretive. They're always hiding something. You need to know where they work at, their work hours. You need to know where they live at, because they move around so much with different women or different men. They're always constantly moving. You need to know where they're living at, the address, and keep up with some information, because they're not going to tell you. They're going to lie. So reverse some of this. Study them. Because they'll switch up some of their ways to get into, to attack you. If you come up with like some cameras, they'll try to switch up their ways. If they know a little bit about cameras, they'll try to switch up some of their tactics that they do. They may say, oh, well, she don't got no camera on her car. I'll just, flatten a couple of her tires, mess with her head. I just want to mess with her head. They just want to mess with your head a lot of times and get away with it. They don't want to be held accountable for doing the stuff that they're doing. They're childish. They're like, their mindsets, they're very childish. And another thing they'll do, they'll lie on you. It's like they're trying to drive you crazy. They're trying to drive you nuts, but you can't let it work. Because I've seen a lot of people lose a lot of things behind these narcissists. They lost their freedom. They went to jail for, reacting, just didn't know what to do, just getting themselves in trouble by doing the wrong things. You can do the right things. You can get through this, but you have to be connected with the right people. You need to be in a support group. You need, the tools. You need the encouragement, and, you need to become stronger now because you're going to be a survivor. The thing about being a survivor is that you can protect yourself and your families from these sick individuals. You can protect yourselves. You should be well versed with the law. You should be knowing things like, oh yeah, if somebody is damaging somebody's property, they go to jail. That's maybe like what most people understand about the law, but then it gets more technical. Well, how is this person going to go to jail for damaging your property if you don't have any proof that it was them? You get what I'm saying? So this is where cameras or other things come in to play. It's very important to have. A narcissist will lie on you. If they can't get to you, they don't mind taking other people down because it's war for them. This is war for them. And you can't, like, they're at war with you. And you have to understand you're in a war. So you have to defend yourself. You have to defend yourself. You can't just stand there and let someone hurt you or kill you while you're at war. You're at war. It's time to start acting like you're at war. You have to protect yourself and defend yourself. They're well versed with the law, and this is why they don't want to be held accountable for stuff. They know what they can do and what stuff they can kind of get away with. And this is what messes your head up a lot. This is what just makes you want to cry and just crawl back into a black space and just wish it all will go away. But it's not. You have to be strong. You have to stand up. And you have to defend yourself and protect yourself. Narcissists, the only thing that they're really mainly doing is playing dirty. They're just playing dirty. You're not a dirty person. You're more than likely, you're empath. You're following the rules. You're doing things the right way. They're playing dirty. If you take them to court, they're going to lie. They're going to charm the pants off of the judge. They're going to really act like the nicest, sweetest, kindest person. But outside of the court, they're going to be a demon from hell. They're destroying your stuff, enraged, reckless. If you can get them, recorded on tape, recorded, even threatening you or cussing you out or all of these things, you have to protect yourself as an empath. If you're in a situation, especially with a malignant narcissist. And I made another video about them, how to tell the difference. Even with covert narcissists, they're going to hurt you emotionally. You have to become more stronger minded. And, when you get to the point in seeing that they're so toxic for your lifestyle, you'll get strong enough to cut them off of your life, cut them out. It may be tough to comprehend because they could be family members. They could be your mother, your brother, your sister, your sister-in-law, your cousin, and as an empath, you're thinking that, well, this is my mother, I can't do that, or this is my mother-in-law, it's not supposed to be like this. You may be struggling with this for a long time, but this video will always be here so you can come back and remember this. You're going to have to cut these people off. They're so toxic. They don't mean you no good. They're going to hurt you over and over again. They're going to hurt your feelings and break you down. And it's nothing good that's going to come from the relationship. So you're going to have to just cut it off. If they're covert, all they're going to do is play mind games with you and hurt your feelings and mess with your emotions all the time. They're going to mess with your emotions. And then it's going to make you insecure. And it's going to make you just really insecure. And you don't need to be insecure. You need to be strong-minded, happy. Empaths, we have to start getting our power back. We're going to have to start being happier again, strong-minded, strong-willed, just being generally the good people that we are, before they try to strip all of these things away from us and make us depressed, suicidal, all of these things. We weren't like that before we met these people, so we have to get back to being ourselves. So that's all I wanted to say for this video, you guys. And if you like this video and you want more, just I will keep them coming regardless, guys. But just like, comment, subscribe, and share this video, you guys. And I will see you guys in the next video.